So, welcome to episode 2 of the Agility Addicts Anonymous Podcast. We've made it through to episode 2.
Woohoo.
Thank you for people's feedback and encouragement. It's great to know that people appreciated it, found it interesting. And I'm here again with Lorna and Rach.
Hello.
And Lorna's going to kick us off with a bit of an update, agility-wise. Over to you, Lorna.
Yeah, since our last podcast, we got our final agility win, which we needed to progress up to grade 3, which is really exciting. We had a show up at Agility Base near Bristol on the 28th of February. It's a great venue up there. It was our first show on Astro, which was quite exciting. It all felt very very official. And it was nice to not be covered in sand at the end of it. But yeah, it was really exciting. Jackson ran really well on the Astro, and we had a really good time. So it was nice to get our grade 3 win. So now it's going to all start getting exciting again with some more difficult courses, and hopefully some Crufts Novice Cup qualifiers that we've entered now. So that's going to be exciting. And obviously watching Crufts has been really good to see, and just looking at all the top dogs and handlers there is always really inspiring. So it's been a good few weeks, and I'm looking forward to coming into spring and the show season starting outdoors as well. Yeah, what about you guys?
Go on, Rach, what have you been up to?
I don't know what I've been up to. I don't feel like I've been up to a great deal. We were at Plausibility last weekend, and we had our first major disaster. First show we've ever been to where we've had all 4 runs eliminated. So that was a hard pill to swallow. It's funny because my husband's like, since we started, my husband's like, it's going to happen one day you're going to get that show where you're eliminating all 4 rounds, and I hope you're ready for it. And I was like, no, it'll never happen. He's like, it will, it's going to happen one day. And the worst has happened, so at least we can put that behind us. And I'm sure it won't be the last time. But I must say though, like I said to you guys at the time, like her jumping runs that she did, they were really good. Like the eliminations on the jumping runs were really silly, really annoying eliminations, because other than that, she was cracking. The agility runs were terrible, so I can't say much about those. And then what am I doing? Oh, so I'm going to be building my own A-frame because the cost is too vast. And I thought, how hard can it be? It's an A shape. It's fairly standard. You can find the measurements online. So I've ordered the parts, and we will start our Wix A-frame next week.
I'm so excited to see the DIY A-frame progress.
I can't wait. Honestly, I'm so excited. And then what else have we got? Oh, next Sunday is our next show. We're going to Agility Base just south of Bristol on the Sunday for 3 agility runs. I think it's the grade 4 to 5 show, so it's probably going to be quite tricky, but we'll see what happens.
Best of luck.
Thank you.
Yeah. So just to pick up, you've made a step up, haven't you? So when you're talking about your eliminations, that's part of the reason, isn't it? Because you're tackling more difficult grades now.
Yeah, exactly. Like I knew grade 4. I reckon grade 3 to 4 is probably going to be the most noticeable jump. Because I think like grade 3, a lot of your courses are still 1 to 3, like a lot of places you go, which is great. And then when you hit 4, suddenly it's like all the plausibility ones are grade 4 to 6. It's like, so that is a huge difference to like what we're used to. Yeah, so it's a lot more to tackle. There's a lot more to think about. Like, there's a lot more for Eva to think about. There's a lot more for me to think about. And it's fun, though. Like, when I booked into that show, I said to, like, one of my trainers, I'm really excited to go and do the 4 to 6 courses. And I remember saying at the time, I don't care if I get any wins. I don't care if I get any clears. I just really want to do the hard courses. And, they were hard.
So, and what kind of things are you doing in those courses, then, that you weren't doing before?
I found that the agility rounds, the courses actually I didn't find particularly difficult at all, in all honesty. But the jumping runs, it seemed like every single jump had a different handling move. It seemed like you were constantly like okay, like now we're going to push around the back, and now I've got to do a front cross, and now I've got to do a blind, and I've got to do this. It was never like, oh, and then we go 1, 2, 3, and then turn. Oh, my guys are having a bit of a tug of war. I don't know if you can hear the barking. But yeah, it just seemed like every single jump had something to do. So it was just really twisty-turny, lots of thinking, lots of handling. Yeah, but lots of fun. So, and it really was a stretch for me, like probably not so much for Eva, but I found it really difficult, like to get my head around what I was doing. So in a way, I would say, although we were eliminated, the things we were eliminated on were nothing to do with either my handling or her skills. It was really basic stuff. So in a way, we did quite well, I think.
Yeah, well, that's good. Taking the positives. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. So your next show is next weekend?
Yeah, next Sunday at base.
Okay, so you can plaza stalk Rach if you'd like to.
Please don't.
We all love a plaza stalk.
Yeah.
Yeah, what about you, Ben?
Well, so we are coming to the end of pre-comp world. So we had we went to a show called Dog Squad a few weeks ago. Lorna and Jackson were there, and we're back
there tomorrow, aren't we?
Yeah, back tomorrow. So we've been kind of
that's
cutting
an independent
our teeth.
Show, isn't it? The Dog Squad one.
Yeah, independent show down in Somerset. So we've been cutting our teeth on kind of steeplechase runs at independent shows. So Romney's been getting quicker and quicker and doing really well, and we actually won.
Yeah,
so
you did.
That was kind of pleasing, but partly because there's been progress. And then, tackling agility courses, but we were running them NFC, which means not for competition, because we're trying to master our running dog walk, amongst other things. So yeah, we did that. We did another steeplechase event at it's the World Horse Welfare venue. And we got a second there, which was really good. And we're gearing up for our first Kennel Club show next month.
Ooh, how exciting.
So that's going to be very exciting, slightly daunting. And everybody keeps saying, oh, you're going to have so much fun over the summer. So
yeah,
I hope that's going to be true. And I'm not quite sure what we're letting ourselves in for. But so yeah, we're just booking up some Kennel Club shows and some A4A shows and some of their competitions. And hopefully getting to a show, all three of us together.
Yes.
Maybe June time. So
definitely.
And then also, like Lorna said, watching. So this was the first year I've ever watched, particularly the agility at Crufts, as somebody who's trying to be a dog handler. So it's just very different, isn't it? When you're watching people that you're kind of like, oh, I can do that, or there's no way I can do that.
It is like,
how the heck do they do that?
Yeah, that's it. You're looking at it from a different point of view. I remember when I used to watch Crufts when I was younger, and I'd just be watching it for the dogs. And now when I'm watching it, I'm looking at the handlers, not the dogs.
Yeah.
I'm looking at what the handlers are doing in the agility. But it's so amazing to see.
Yeah. And you mentioned about the Novice Crufts Cup, Lorna. Just tell people about that, because people might not sort of know what that is.
Yeah, so the Crufts Novice Cup is for grade 3 to 5 dogs. There's 9 qualifying heats across the country between April and October, I think. And the top 2 dogs from each heat and each height will go to a semi-final in December. I think it's the London International Horse Show, I think they do it at.
Yeah, there's 10 qualifying heats as well, isn't there? I think, not 9.
Oh, okay.
Oh, there's an extra one you didn't know about.
I noticed. I did notice there was one missing on your list, Prestbury Park.
I better add that to my spreadsheet.
I spotted that today, weirdly.
Sorry, correction. 10 heats. Thank you, Rachel. And yeah, the top 2 dogs from each heat and each height then go to this final in December, and then I think the top 8 dogs from each height at the then semi-final do the final, which is at Crufts in March next year. So Yeah, it's a really exciting way to get your dog to Crufts when you're, in the lower grades. And it's something really exciting now that we're in grade 3 to aim to and give a go on some more difficult, tricky courses. So we'll see how that goes. I know, Rach, you've entered a few as well. So how exciting!
I know it'll be our first year having a go. We're well excited. Completely just I feel a bit like a fraud having even entered, but we'll see what happens.
No, it'll be so much fun, and I think going back to Crufts, this kind of opens up to the next section of today's episode, Ben, where you have obviously done an interview with Martin about his experience at Crufts. If you want to talk about that and introduce the next segment.
Yeah, thanks, Lorna. So some people listening will know Martin Fields from down in Somerset. He was actually with his dog Olive, got all the way to Crufts. They were running in the ABC Intermediate final. He made a bit of time this week for me to ask him loads of questions about his agility journey so far and how they got to Crufts and also the whole Crufts experience. So we'll put that on now.
Okay, so it's great to have Martin Fields with us, fresh from his Crufts experience, and we're going to hear all about that in a minute. But maybe first of all, Martin, could you just tell us a bit of your story and maybe how you got involved with dog agility?
Yeah, so I've been doing dog agility for 4 years, but before that, my main hobby was chess. I'm a parent of 4 children, and I got into the chess because my 2 boys started playing chess through Cubs originally, I think, and then it all became a bit serious, culminating in both boys being chess county champions at some point, and one of them having England trials.
Wow!
And as a result of that, I ended up running all of the junior chess at one point for Somerset, and I became a bit addicted to the sport. If you want to call that a sport, I don't know. I was the captain of the Wells Chess Club for a bit, and we became Division 2 champions under my leadership.
Well done.
Yeah. But I mean, it couldn't be more different from dog agility. I remember one game I played where after 2.5 hours, no pieces had left the board, and we just started looking at each other. No. So I did actually work out in the end. It probably wasn't the best sport for me because I am quite a physical movie person, moving around person. So yeah. Before that, I also everything I've always done, I seem to have got fully involved in. When my boys played football, I became a level 1 FA football coach at one point, and led my boys' football team for a few years and that type of thing. But now the kids are all a bit older. Me and my wife, we decided that we would take up a new hobby that we'd do together. That was the important thing. That would just be a really calm, relaxing hobby that we wouldn't get too carried away with. And that was dog agility. But then after about week 4, the wife had stopped coming because the dog was too fast, and and I got well and truly hooked. Yeah. I mean, so Ollie's a homebred pup. We own mum and dad, and we ended up with our funny little crossbreed dog. That we started going to dog agility, I think, beginning of 2022. We were all a new little group. I quite enjoy that new little group when you get thrown together with a load of people, and there's still a couple of us still going from that original starting group. But I think there was 4 couples in that original group. So it's me and my wife. There's a couple called Sonny and Carly who were very much on the scene, and they're good friends of ours now. And then we had I can't remember the other couple, but they had a dog called Monty, and then there was Dan and Jess who were excellent. They had a couple of visitors, and Dan was brilliant at it. He was the most natural out of all of us in the group by miles. But his dogs weren't quite so natural, but he was amazing at it. He ended up moving away in the end, and then here we are years later, still going and bumbling along. But it's all. I've absolutely loved it ever since. Got totally addicted to the dog training part of it more than anything. I just love I love the fact, and I love the fact that the sport of it in terms of it's one of those sports I never feel a blame in a way, if you know what I mean. I never feel I've never ever thought Ollie has been ever at fault on anything, because I know I either haven't trained it or haven't proofed it or haven't cued it properly or anything. And I love that, actually. It takes a lot of responsibility away from, any of that sort of aggro of any sport kind of thing. And there's no one's to blame other than yourself. Then you take full responsibility. And I kind of like that in a way, So yeah. But especially seeing as it's still a team sport. So, no, that really suits me. And I've just loved that ever since, really.
Yeah. Wow. So you've gone from sitting at a chessboard for 2.5 hours to herring around a course in between 15 to 30 seconds.
Yeah. It's crazy, isn't it? And I've fallen over a lot more doing jog agility than I did playing chess.
Thinking back to those sort of early sessions training, quite early on, did you sort of feel like, wow, Olive's, on this and fast and is enjoying it? Or what was it like?
Well, I knew the dog was loving it from early doors. And you could see, like, in the group that she was picking stuff up quite quickly and quite driven quite quickly. I think that's, like she had just had natural drive and chase, which was giving us a kind of a bit of a head start in the group, it felt in times, and she
your dog was making you look good, Martin.
Yeah, basically, yeah, definitely. and she's Olive's always been an absolute delight. Like, she is the most sort of passive, kind of happy-go-lucky. She's not worried about anything in the world. She doesn't get scared very easily. She doesn't really have any. She's not a barker. She's brilliant with other dogs. She ignores them. I'm absolutely spoiled with her in top to bottom. She is an absolute angel when it comes to that, being in agility and that type of thing. She's just an absolute pleasure to have. And I think that's made it a really nice transition into it. I've never had to worry about her being scared or frightened of anything or being aggressive to another dog or her off-lead behavior is perfect as well. She's as good as gold. So really real spoilt with her. I mean, she's like that at home. She's just a perfect little teacher's pet kind of thing.
Yeah. So. How old is she now, Martin?
So she's 5 now. Yeah.
She's 5. Brilliant.
Yeah.
So maybe sort of take us on a bit of a journey then from those early days of starting training to maybe where you are now. Maybe mention 2 or 3 kind of milestones or things that felt like major.
Well, I can. So I started competing at the end of 2022, in that December there, and obviously, as you do, you go around and get eliminated when you first start competing and think, what the hell am I doing? Oh, I was so nervous as well. Oh my God, I never used to sleep before the night before competitions and stuff like that.
Remember your first ever, where was your first ever event?
So first ever one was at Portability in Somerton in the horse welfare inside. Then I did one in Oakhampton randomly. I think because I'd been there to get her measured, I felt as though I was confident to go there, so I had to go there. And then I was mainly doing Possibility because that was our home club for quite a while, and obviously they ran a competition every month, so that was always nice and useful. So I went on I think I only did quite a few Possibilities for quite a bit in the early days, early 22 and then early 23. Until then, I branched out in early 23. Did my first A4A show.
Okay.
I specifically did an A4A show because we knew she was going to be good at steeplechasing because she was really fast, and they run a steeplechase side of it, so no weaves in it. And there's a competition in there called Beginner's Steeplechase, which a lot of people you can qualify for. Go to the grand final, which was a nice, really big thing to attempt. And then crazily, so I went to Cheltenham for my first ever A4A show, got measured. I did the first run, not for competition, because I was advised to do this, so I didn't get any points to put myself out of beginners, so I couldn't do the beginners competition, which I felt like a right old idiot because I went and did it not for competition and got eliminated straight away. I felt like a right old fraud. What am I doing here? Like, I'm so good, I can't do it not for competition because I'm going to get points and then just go get eliminated. And then I went and did the main one, and I think that must have been the best part of 100 dogs doing the qualifier there that day. And I went and won it.
Wow.
It was just crazy. She was so good. She just went around like a lunatic, and I knew that her time was all right, but I had nothing to compare to. I was really new to the sport,
Yeah.
And then I went back in and I saw these crazy fast collies whizzing around.
Yeah.
And then I'd look at their time when they finished their run, and she was still leading. I was like, oh, "There's something not right. It's amazing." And then, yeah, and then then I went and won it, and so that was my first A4A show, and I qualified for the grand finals, which is like really big thing for me then on my first A4A show. So that was really exciting.
Yeah.
And then I obviously carried on sort of bumbling through the 23 season. I became grade 2 in July 2023. I think that's my first couple of wins. Managed to put together clear wins together.
Yeah.
And that season also we were looking the Pausability had brought out the Pausability Cup finals at that point, which was going to be held at the Bath and West show. It was the first one the following year in 2024, and you could gather points for it. Yeah. So them being my home club, that was quite an exciting thing to try and get points for. So I was trying to accumulate points for that as well.
Yeah.
And actually during that season I then must have gone to grade 3 during 2023 as well, I would have thought.
Yeah.
By the end of 2023 I was definitely grade 3. And then at the end of that in November 2023 I went to the A4A grand finals. To do the beginner steeplechase, which was quite nerve-wracking. You know, it was one of the first ones to be streamed on Facebook, I think it was, and all that type of thing. All brand new to me, really, still at that point. And I went to the semi-final. I think I took a pole down in the semi-final. No, I must have. No, I think I came third in the morning. Yeah, in the semi-final, and then I went and won the final in the afternoon on my first ever sort of competition, which was just amazing. And they had a rolling podium. Yeah. So you just sit there and wait to win. And I hadn't actually even got to the podium, I think, before I realised I won it, because the lady who was the last lady to go after me had gone wrong before I even got sat down. So I realised I'd won it. So that was really exciting. So
that's amazing.
Yeah.
And just explain, there'd be some people listening who might not understand how you go up through the grades. Can you just quickly share what you have to do to go up through the grades?
Yeah, so in Kennel Club shows, you start at grade 1 if you're new to the sport. If you have had a dog before and you've been out of grade 1, you can never be grade 1 again. And in order to go up to grade 2, you need a win in both jumping and agility, or 2 in agility. So you need at least 1 agility win to go up to grade 2, and they've got to be clear round ones. You can't have faulted runs. So you need to have had a win. I think it's also the same to go up to grade 3. You need a win in both. And I think maybe it's grade 4, you need 2 agilities and a jumping, or 3 agilities, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
You can also go up in points, but I've never really looked into that, because when you've got quite a fast dog, it's a bit of like an all or nothing kind of scenario. And I've always been in that boat. So yeah. So I think I went when I went up to grade 2. On that weekend that I won, over a weekend you normally do at the time you were doing 4 classes on the Saturday and 4 classes on the Sunday.
Yeah.
And I won all 4 on the Saturday and won all 4 on the Sunday, so I won all 8 of that weekend.
Wow, it's like a clean.
Yeah, I didn't win. They weren't all clear round, so they weren't all. But that was quite amazing to win all 8. It was a bit embarrassing actually, keep having to go back to the tent for your rosette after every round.
Yeah. So that thing you're talking about, you have to get a clear round, meaning yes, you want to go fast, but you can't knock any poles down, can't miss any contacts on the equipment.
You can't miss any weaves, any contacts. Yeah. It's got to be a clear round for you to have a qualifying win to go up a grade. Yeah.
Perfect. So where are you now then, in terms of
right
and all that? Where are you now?
Well, so by the end of 2024, I got to grade 3.
Yeah.
End of 2023, I got to grade 3. End of 2024, I'd got to grade 5. So my big one in 2024 was I went to the Kennel Club International show. So that's the biggest. I think it might be the biggest agility dog show in the world, actually.
Wow.
It's a big old thing. So there's 16 rings there.
Cool.
The year I went, and I was a grade.
Where is that, Martin? Where is it?
So that's in Rutland.
Okay.
Which is in a county in England, unnamed due to lack of knowledge.
It's outside of Somerset. Put it that way.
Yeah. It's north. Up north. and in there, there's a competition called the Novice Cup, which is quite a big one because it's an opportunity to get to Crufts for dogs that grade 3 to 5, and I was grade 4 at the time when I had a go at that, and I qualified for that because but it's the biggest because it's such a big dog show. There were 212 dogs in my heat, and I came first. I beat 212 dogs on that one, which was just amazing. And I ran dog number 3.
Wow.
So then I had to wait 4 hours for all the rest of the dogs to run. And I was pacing up like waiting for someone to give birth, kind of thing, pacing the ring.
Wow.
So that was really exciting. And then the semi-final was also at the Kennel Club International Show that year. It's not there anymore. I think it's now I think they have the semi-final at the London International Horse Show now. But it was there. I didn't get through. I think I came 11th in the semi-final, and then I think might have been top 8 or something, maybe gone to Crufts. But that was very, very exciting at the time. So I really, really enjoyed it. And I also winning that class also took me to grade 5 at the same time.
Okay.
So, and that was to 2024. Then over the season of 2020, the winter of 2024-25, I went up to. So I was on grade 5. I went to grade 6 during that winter. I think I won one class at each of the sort of winter shows, like one a month.
Yeah.
Before then, it took us out into 2025, where 2025 I had my first summer show of the season as a grade 6 person then.
Yeah.
And I went to grade 7 in one show. I won 5 classes in one show. So for order to get from grade 6 to grade 7, you need to win 5 classes, and at least 3 of them have got to be agility.
Yeah.
And amazingly, I did that in
so weekends work. A weekend's work.
Yeah. So I didn't get a lot of experience at grade 6. I've got to be honest. Just show at times. So that was all great fun. So then I'm grade 7 now, and there's nowhere else to really go in the grades. So you got to the top grade. I can now do what they call champ, which is the highest class you can do, which is where you're against the the top handlers. And I've done a few champ classes, but because I do really like to set myself a challenge, really, and I very much like the qualifiers and things. So now once you stop chasing the grades to some extent, because I do find I do need goals and that type of thing. I like to keep it exciting. I feel as though the competitive element in me it does do that and does chase that type of thing. I think that's quite important if you know what type of person you are. I don't want to sound like I'm an absolute crazy competitive.
But we know you are. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, well, yeah. No. So then, basically, most of 2025, I then spent doing qualifiers around the country. I mean, some that were felt well above my pay grade at the time. Which so the ones I would have been doing would be Crufts singles.
Yeah.
You probably saw maybe if you've been watching Crufts the last few weeks, you would have seen the Crufts singles finals there. Obviously, a bit of champ, and there's another one called Kennel Club Stakes, which it qualifies you for Olympia at Christmas. So obviously, I didn't qualify for any of them. I mainly got eliminated. I will be honest, throughout most of the summer. So, but I had great fun doing it. I've got to be honest, because the courses you get tend to be really, really good fun, fast, difficult, challenging, and come away with loads of homework, which I like to work on. So that was great fun. And that culminated again in going to the Kennel Club International Show. I had been chasing, so quite important. So my dog is a ABC, which is an anything but collie dog.
Okay.
So that's quite important in my world because there's a separate category all for us that's that we can do, which covers the large dogs, intermediate dogs, which my dog is an intermediate, which means it jumps 500 high, and medium dogs. So I was very much concentrating on chasing the anything but collie qualifiers. Which I did qualify for one. There's one which is the ABC Stakes, which basically qualifies you for the London International Horse Show. First of all, you qualify for the semi-final, which is at the Kennel Club International Show, and then the final for that is in the London International Horse Show, which is I think in the main ring on that particular one. And I qualified for the semi-final of that at Kennel Club International Show, which I did in Tunbridge Wells in March 2025.
Okay.
And then when I got to the semi-final at the Kennel Club International Show, I made a right up mess of that round. I think I got eliminated at least 4 times. So It was a bit of a disaster. I then went on to basically the Kennel Club International Show get eliminated in virtually every other run I did that during those 4 days. It felt like I was on the verge of not giving up the sport, but thinking, what am I doing? I think this is above my pay grade. And the final qualifier was the ABC Crufts qualifier on the final day, which I went into not with a lot of hope with the way things were going, and I won it out of 112 dogs.
Wow!
And that qualified me for going to the semi-final, which was at the London International Horse Show in December, which was amazing. That was the biggest thing I'd been to at that point now. Then, so yeah, and we qualified for that. Then the London International Horse Show, and you're not in the main ring, not in the big ring with the huge stands. You're in a separate ring, which is next to all the trade stands. But great place to be. Lovely atmosphere inside the EXO arena in there. That was really exciting. So I went there in December last year, and I came 11th in that. I picked up knocked a pole she broke the tyre open actually in the jumping round.
Okay.
Which was a shame because my time was the third fastest time, I think, but 13 out of the 20 of us that qualified went clear.
Wow.
So it was a quite high standard in that one.
Yeah.
And then so I went into the agility round of that, but the agility round was a bit more carnage. So I missed my A-frame contact and my dog walk contact, so I got 10 faults. But I managed to come 11th overall, so I went up a couple of places. But there's some people that obviously hadn't done so well in the aggregate of the 2 rounds. But top 10 were going to Crufts, so it was a bit of like, oh, so close.
Yeah.
It was only then we were wandering around afterwards in the concourse. We ran into a couple of people, and they said, I think you'll find that somebody's got 2 dogs who's qualified above you, and you're only allowed to take 1 to Crufts. So there's a good chance that they're going to bump you up a place to 10.
Wow.
And so it was.
Wow.
I suddenly was bumped up to 10th and got the invitation to ask whether I wanted to go to Crufts, which is dream come true stuff, really. That
That's amazing. And was there, before we sort of get into what the whole Crufts experience, was there a point where you were like, right, I want to get to Crufts, or you felt like if it all clicked, we could get there? Or was it just purely you were just going to a show, seeing how it went, then going to the next one? Or what were you thinking?
Well, so there's no doubt about it that I've come to the conclusion that Olive's very fast. But we definitely don't have the control of some of the top dogs out there. I've made it quite clear. The very experienced handlers that have been doing many years. I watch them in awe of some of them, and it being my first dog, I know that some of my skills could be better, could be tidier. There's things I would like to add to my toolbox that I haven't got, and I would like to add. And also, I've run another dog other than Ollie now, and I realise that she is quite. There's a bit of sight hound in there, and she's very driven and likes to fly around really fast, but she's not necessarily like this other dog that I ran who was a bearded collie, and he listened. He was very good on his verbals. Now some of that could just be because it's my first dog and the training wasn't as tight as as I would do it again if I had another dog tomorrow, bless her. Some of it could be down to her nature a bit. There could be a mixture of both in there, so it'd be interesting to know. But I know full well that I have to work pretty hard on a course to make up for some of maybe some of the lack of verbals that perhaps I've got or whatever. But which is something I definitely would like to add to my repertoire. But also I very much enjoy the running style we've got together. We kind of suit each other. She goes fast, I go faster. We have a bit of a crazy time out there and see what happens at the end. So which is our style. So therefore, what I'm trying to say is when I go into any run, my expectation is just to have a bit of fun and see what happens, because at the end of the day, if we get round, we're really competitive. So I think that's a really nice position to be in some ways. Her times are always up there. I very nearly got qualified for the the non-ABC Kennel Club stakes. I think I finished top 5 go through to the semi-final, and I think I finished 7th in one. But certainly one of the people had already qualified, so it would have bumped me up to 6th in that particular one. So I was based off that, and that was really nice to get a clear round in that level of competition as well. So but also my A-frame contacts and my running dog and my dog walk contacts have always been a bit of a work in progress. A lot of that's my fault, because I've always sort of charged on competing when I don't want to take the time off to retrain properly. So that's again very first dogitis, I would say. You want to get out there, want to experience it all, want to have a go at it all, and don't want to do necessarily some of the homework that needs doing, and some of the homework is not competing, and who wants to not compete, eh?
Brilliant. Well, let's fast forward. Tell us about Crufts, Martin. So we've heard a bit about the process to get there. I mean, some of us will have watched it on the TV.
Yeah,
it's amazing, but the whole process to even get there is quite amazing, really, isn't it?
It is, yeah. No, and no matter whichever one you've qualified for, the numbers of people that will be trying to qualify for that particular discipline it'll be hundreds, hundreds and hundreds. As I say, in that kind of show, I beat 112 dogs on that particular day.
Wow.
The Novice Cup one, so 200 in that one. So the people that are going to Crufts are the Novice Cup qualifiers, the ABC ones that I was in. You get the singles, which is a agility round and a jumping round on the day.
Yeah.
And then you get champ. So if you win a champ class, which is the top level you can do, and you've gone clear, then you get a cross qualification for that as well.
Wow.
And champ, a bit like singles, is made up of you do a jumping round and an agility round in the day, and I think it's the top. I think maybe the top 20 then get invited to a champ final, and then if you go clear, you can win what they call a ticket, which is the highest sort of accolade you can get. And if you get 3 tickets, your dog can become an agility champion, which is really is the top of the top. And if you were to actually win Crufts, you can get 2 tickets for winning that one on its own.
Wow.
So you're guaranteed to become an agility champion if you win Crufts, because you obviously would have already got the 1 ticket to qualify. So that's why it's so important for some people as well, because so there aren't many dogs that become agility champions, and that is a real high accolade, and the level of the competition at that level is amazing. So
so you were in the ABC,
yes,
the intermediate, was that right?
Yes, ABC intermediate, yeah.
So just I'd love to hear what it was like, behind the scenes, because we were at a little dog show in Somerset, and we all downed tools. I was supposed to be doing leads, but I was looking on my phone watching you, and we see the 30 seconds. But what was it like? When you turned up, what was?
Well, to be honest, I was obviously a complete Crufts noob. I didn't have a clue what I was doing, where I was going, or anything like that. So I turned up. I parked probably maybe the worst place you could park in Crufts for where I was competing. I wandered in with my dog in the main entrance. No, you can't come in here. This is for people only. You've got to go in the dog entrance. So, all right, okay, where's that? And she points to completely the wrong way around the building. So I'll go off 10 minutes in the wrong direction then to start with.
Wow.
Eventually, after about 25 minutes of wandering, I managed to actually find a door that I could get a dog through. So I was in a hall then, and actually, I don't know if you've ever been to Crufts, but it's truly enormous. And now I was thinking, right, what my plan was to get there and just literally find out where I needed to be. I left a lot of my stuff in the car because I thought I'd nip back to the car once I got my, worked out where I was going, and settle myself down. Well, honestly, I wandering around Crufts trying to find out where I was going and everything. I thought I was going to miss my run the way it was going. I felt lost and meandering around. Eventually, I found the main arena, and what's quite nice, you've got a little wristband, and there's a cordoned off little bit down the middle that you can go down as a competitor.
Okay.
So you show your wristband, and then suddenly you feel like a bit of a VIP.
Wow.
So So you go down this middle walkway.
Yeah.
And there's a set of black doors at the end with a man guarding it. Again, you show your wristband, and then there's the behind the scenes part of the main stage.
Wow.
And then out the back there's a load of places with labels of the ABC people collecting my t-shirt. Behind the screen there's I think there's about 7 tellies, and there's a little podium bit and a little place to warm up your dog. So I went and found my way to somewhere to sit, and sat next to another chap who was also his first time there. And then I promptly kicked over the water bowl to the person that was sat next to me, causing a minor flood.
Is that a fault? Is that a fault already?
Yeah, 5 faults. Yeah. Luckily, they managed to summon a man to get a towel and sort that out. Which is a bit of a shame, because I'd actually at this point I'd left my water bowl in the car because I thought I was nipping back. so then my dog's having to have a drink from somebody else's water bowl. Oh dear, but by which time I have now calmed down a bit. I had met the person who was going to groom for me, who was going to look after my dog while I was walking the course. So I found my location now, and everything's getting a bit sorted,
Okay.
And and we're out the back of the Crufts.
What time was this?
So my first run was at 10:20, and I think I got in there probably about
5 to 10.
No. I think I was maybe 9:30 or something like that.
That's good.
Yeah. But everyone else was there by this point as well. And on the same day that we were running the ABC, the Crufts singles was on as well.
Okay.
So all the top handlers were out the back with us as well, which was nice.
Yeah.
But obviously some of the top handlers were also in the ABC as well. So because they had a dog in both. And then we were out the back. I collected my t-shirt. I was really looking forward to getting the t-shirt. That's the important thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Rounded up my groom.
Are you wearing that? Are you wearing that at the moment? Are you wearing a t-shirt at the moment while we're doing this podcast?
Yes, I haven't taken it off since. No. Yeah. I'll wear that until it actually falls off me. Yeah. So then out the back, and I think I took Ollie out for a quick little wander around before we then had to come back in. I met up with my groom to hold the dog. I think about 10:10. We were all called in for a briefing. Bear in mind that 10:20, I think we were about to start our run. We all then get wheeled into a big group, ready to walk the course. As they assemble the course. They assemble the course very quickly in Crufts. They have a little ring party for each corner of the ring scenario, and then I think we had about 8 minutes to walk the course for the first course, which was the jumping course. So we had already seen we'd seen the course map was out the back on the wall on paper, and also they put it on Facebook, so we did know what the course was going to look like. At first glances, I didn't see it as a natural ollie course, I call it. But then I tend to think of a natural ollie course as one big circle with just jumps. I haven't had one of those laid out for me for quite a while, to be honest.
It's week 1 of training.
Yes, yeah. But it was quite. There was quite a lot of turns in there and things, but which you don't really like turning if you can get away with it. It's just rather running a straight line really fast. So we walked the course. We were in our specific running order, so we all lined up in that running order. And then you get summoned into the little tunnel bit that you can see on the telly. You're waiting, and then you get summoned into the waiting area. Now you've got to wait there with the dog for a little bit on the start line. Because they do a bit of camera work on the dog and you there while they do the commentary, so they don't release you straight away, kind of thing as well. So when Ollie first went in, she had a bit of a look around, and I was thinking, well, I hope she's going to be okay here. I've never had a problem with her at all, anything before, but no, she was good as gold actually. Then we did that first run, which was the jumping run, which I missed my weave entry on, I think. Maybe took a pole down and knocked a brick out of the wall. I think I got 15 faults on that. the weave entry was a bit my fault. I was a bit worried about the jump there's a like off course jump by the entrance to the weaves. Okay. So I was being a bit overcautious by dragging away from that, and I missed the first weave entry. So I think a lot of people knocked the brick out of the wall. So I don't know, that was a common problem. But I've got to be honest, my adrenaline was really going a bit, so I think I was running around a bit fast and a bit more hectic than I normally would as well.
Which is slightly understandable.
Yes, yeah, definitely.
How did you feel Olive was, when you're in that moment?
Yeah.
How did you feel Olive was she coping well with how,
honestly, absolutely, it could have been anywhere. She didn't have a clue that it was anywhere different. She just wanted to get out there and whiz around. There was no difference in her. There was definitely probably a point where I may have been moving a bit faster. Also, it was on Astro, and she tends to be really quite fast on Astro. So there may have been a point where she was whizzing along a bit quicker. I may have been running a bit quicker. So we may have been doing things a bit quicker and less controlled than maybe we normally were. But that dog that left the start line was the same dog that I think I've had every single time she's ever run, really. So which is testament to her. I've never known her do anything other than give 100% as fast as she possibly can on every run she's ever done. So she's an absolute superstar. She really is. She spoiled me from day one. She has. So but I did love it. I didn't look around the arena when I was in there. In effect, I didn't look up at the crowd or anything, because a few people said to me, "Take it in, take a look around," and I thought, no, that'll be a bit too much for me. I reckon I just need to get mind on the job and get in and out of here and just enjoy the moment, kind of thing. So yeah. So that was great. And then there was a bit of a break in between so we had to come back for the agility round in the afternoon.
Yeah.
So I walked back to the car, which only took me about 15 hours. I had to find the car, which took a bit of doing as well. I'm glad I do like to take her for a bit of a stroll around if I can, because I feel as though it keeps her in a good place and and keeps her moving. She likes to be. I don't like to get her frustrated if you can and that type of thing. So yeah. Went back to the car, and then made my way back for the agility round. Didn't make anything of Crufts at all. I didn't look around anywhere. I was there for a reason, and that was not to look at the stalls and collect freebies. I didn't want to ask anyone asking me what I fed my dog. So we went back for the agility in the afternoon, by which point I think they were running a little bit more behind time. Because when they gathered us for the walking in the afternoon, they said, right, TV starts at 3:00, which is on straight after you. We need to get back on time for the television, and it's really strict. So you're going to have 3 minutes walking the course.
Wow.
Yeah. So I had to whiz around that course a few times really quickly.
Yeah.
Now I could give you that's the reason why I got 25 faults on my agility run, but it's not strictly true. I think I was going even faster in the afternoon than I was in the morning. Well, I think she took down a pole quite early, which is fine, and then we had to go into the weaves again, which was quite a fast entrance to weaves off a long jump. Now, I think if I remember correctly, I have a memory of running really fast towards that long jump and then waving my arm to accelerate my dog really quickly to the weaves. At which she went round the back and reappeared at about pole 3 because she was going so fast. If you see on the telly, she's almost skidding, trying to come to a halt. Like, oh. So I definitely could have done with taking the gas off before going to those weaves a bit. Then I actually lost her for a little bit. She was a bit behind me. But in the end, we got going. We did get going again. But I missed both my contacts, which is a bit of a shame because I have really been working really hard, as you know, a little bit on my running dog walk contact for since September last year. So so we missed that. She kind of looked back at me. She knew she should have been doing something, but she didn't think it was going on, that contact. But no, really, really pleased I've done the experience. Really like to do it again, to be honest, just so I could put an even better run together that's less frantic, if you know what I mean. So but that's a bit of luck in the gods whether I could ever go back again, isn't it?
Wow.
Going once is amazing. I mean, you know.
Yeah.
So, but that was very exciting. So, really good experience. I may have not made the most of the whole of the rest of the Crufts experience, but I was there for the agility, and I really just lapped it up and loved it. It was really, and having the keepsake of having the commentaries and the TV recorded rounds is just lovely. That'll be there forever as such. So, when you get to my age.
Yeah, I remember the thing. I remember on one of the commentary, they said Martin and Olive, they've arrived.
Yes, yeah. They are obviously
such an amazing thing to think about, isn't it?
Are you sure they weren't just describing the journey? My journey to get to the car park.
They parked up in the right
place.
Yeah,
and they've arrived 25 minutes later. No, I know what you mean. No, and that was really exciting, and being commentated on by Jim Rosenthal. I went to watch an international athletics meeting many moons ago in Birmingham Indoor Arena, and Jim Rosenthal was commentating not that far from us.
Wow.
And to be commentated on by him is really quite amazing in a way, isn't it? So
yeah.
Oh, so
that's amazing, and it's inspirational, really.
I'd like to hope, I'm very much a hobbyist agility person as it kind of stands at the moment, and I feel as though it's really great that people like us have got the opportunity. I really respect what I call the professional agility people who train for a living and that type of thing, and their skills are phenomenal. But it's really nice that we can get there. It just shows, doesn't it? And I'd like to hope that other people feel that way. It's not out of reach, really. And and I think that's a really good lesson for everyone. That things can come true. And it is amazing. So in the last 6 months, I've done London National Horse Show and Crufts, and that's just more than I could ever have dreamed of when I started my agility career. Really.
Yeah. So where now, Martin?
Well, slightly balmily. While I was going to Crufts the following day, because I was out and about in the country up north, I went to Tunbridge Wells the following day.
Okay, as you do.
Because Birmingham and Tunbridge Wells are almost next to each other, aren't they?
Well, anything outside of Somerset's close to each other, really.
Yeah, basically. So I had a horrific drive down to Tunbridge Wells on the Saturday night in the pouring rain on the M25. Oh, took forever with the sat nav not moving at all in time. And then I went to Tunbridge Wells on the Saturday because there was an ABC qualifier there again, not the Crufts one, the Olympia one, or the London International Horse Show one. And top 3 go to the semi-final at in August, and I came 3rd.
Brilliant.
So I've got my first qualification out of the way already, and I also did champ on the same day, which I haven't done many champ classes, with the top one, and I got around my first champ agility, which was nice without being eliminated. So I've got 5 faults, which was just on a wheel entry again, which has been annoying, but So yeah. So I was very pleased with that. I did get eliminated in the jumping, but that was a good day then to get qualified. So the qualifications are off and running again. So here we go.
That's brilliant.
Yeah. So my season will be filled with traveling around the qualifying show again and trying to add a few more skills to our bow. I think Yeah. Oh, and I am a qualified judge now as well. So I've got my second judging appointment in May.
I believe I'm part of your ring party for that.
I believe you are. It might even be your first Kennel Club show, potentially.
Slightly worrying. But yeah. So,
yeah. So that's something to look forward to.
Yeah. Well, thank you for sharing all of that journey with us so far, Martin. And maybe there'll be people listening, people like me who, are just at the start of our journey, maybe people slowly but surely going up through the grades. Like what would be sort of one piece of advice or something that you would say to people, knowing what you know now from all your experience and different events? What would you say to other people who are
also definitely my
agility thing?
Main piece of advice is decide early on who you're going to listen to to take advice from,
Yeah.
and only listen to that person, because there's an awful lot of unsolicited advice, and all very well meaning and some lovely people out there, but it can get a bit confusing if you listen to everybody giving you advice. And in my opinion, decide on very early on who you want to listen to and take advice from them and learn from them. Now, I feel very fortunate in my agility career that I ran into my instructor who early on, and I feel as though she's been an inspiration to me in many ways, because she's the right balance of pushy, the right balance of hold me back at the right time, the right balance of advice, the right balance of competitiveness, and most importantly, she's super enthusiastic for the whole sport and taking in the whole experience and making it fun. And it's just been a perfect balance for me. And I've found, I can't thank my trainer anymore for the way that I've been looked after by her on my career, and inspired by her to do that type of thing and enjoy it so much. And I think that's the thing. She's really brought the whole enjoyment out in the sport for me, which is so lucky, because and that's, I suppose that's the point, isn't it? Make sure you gel with the right people that make it enjoyable, because that's what it's about. It's about having fun, you and the dog having fun. And you've got to surround yourself with the right people to have that type of fun, haven't you, as well? And and I've had an absolute ball, with it. I mean, obviously not including when I had to camp next to her at KCI and her puppy forever was escaping and running into my tent and harassing my dog. But who wants a brown spaniel running around your garden every show? But no, that would be my main piece of advice. And be nice and helpful to everyone you possibly can, because I think it's a lovely community out there, and I've really enjoyed it, and we've just had a real laugh everywhere we've been so far. So I'd like to, as long as that keeps going and don't take myself or it too seriously or anything like that, then I think that we'll just continue to enjoy it, and then we'll continue to get better. I don't get me wrong, I really enjoy the dog training side of it and learning the dog training side of it, and learning how dogs tick and work and that type of thing. That I find real inspiration from that, and every dog being different. But you've got to have the fun with it, haven't you? Because you've got to have the fun with everything you do, and not take it too seriously or yourself too seriously. Yeah.
Brilliant. Well, thank you so much, Martin, for doing this little podcast. I'm sure you've probably had endless TV interviews. Now you're
honestly, my media commitments are never ending. I tell you one thing that made my day. When I was queuing for Champ on Saturday, the lady behind me, because you have to run Champ in order. You have to run it in the correct running order. Whatever number you're given, you have to go in that numerical order. And the lady behind me, she said, "Oh, I'm behind you because I recognise you from the telly."
Wow.
Yeah.
You've made it. You've made it.
I've arrived.
Wow. Brilliant. Well, thanks again, Martin, and all the best with the coming months, and maybe we'll get you back on again to hear how your journey's going, a bit further down the line.
Yeah, brilliant. All right, well, thank you for having me. Much appreciated.
Thanks, Martin.
Okay, so it was really interesting hearing Martin's story. I don't know, Lorna and Rach, what you guys thought, but it was actually quite inspiring.
Yeah, it was.
Somebody that you actually know who's actually got to Crufts. But also hearing the reality of the process to even get there.
And how overwhelming it must be as well, like actually being at Crufts. For not just the handler, but for the dog as well. It must be, really overwhelming, but exciting at the same time. Yeah,
I think about when he was saying they came first out of like 200 dogs or something. It's just, it's just amazing, really. And then
to actually qualify, I think it's an immense achievement.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And again, for someone that's new to the agility world as well, fairly recently, it's nice to hear the stories of these people that haven't been doing it for decades and decades. And
it's his first dog. Like that's even more impressive.
Absolutely.
And he used to play chess as well. That's even more impressive.
Yeah, that was quite interesting to hear. But yeah, I mean,
somehow.
Yeah, there's got to be some transferable skills there, I think.
Absolutely, like forward planning. I don't know.
Yeah.
But no, scraping the barrel there, but
it was really great to hear about Martin and Olive's journey, and and how well they've done to achieve so much together.
Yeah. Did it spur you guys on with your Crufts dreams?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, so inspiring.
Yeah. Yeah, and it was kind of interesting hearing, because obviously we watch it on TV and you just see the handlers and the dogs appearing out of nowhere, but to hear all that was going on behind the scenes was really, really interesting. And those are the things, if you're not into dog agility or you're not going to events, you wouldn't think about. So I would never think about, I wonder where they take their dogs to the toilet at Crufts, and I wonder if they have to stand in a queue, and how do they do, but those are the things when you start going to events that you think about, don't you?
Well, I have to think about everything with Eva because she's so reactive and horrible. Everything's a chore. Oh, God.
She's not horrible. She's not horrible.
No, she's not really. Oh, I don't know. You try handling her for a weekend and then tell me how not horrible she is.
Yeah.
I love her to bits, but she's a challenge. But yeah, that sort of thing. Like, it was really interesting to hear about like how all of the backstage works, as it were. Like, from a dog point of view. But it sounds like his dog is super chilled out, so he's really lucky.
Yeah. Brilliant. Well, what have you guys got coming up then in the next few weeks before we do another episode?
Well, like I said, I've just got base next Sunday, and then I've got an Easter show back in Sussex I'm just doing half of it. I think it's on for 4 days, but I'm going to do the Thursday, Friday, and then come back because we've got people visiting. So yeah, that's me up until early April.
And the construction work.
And obviously, yes, I need to get my building tools up to scratch.
Project A-frame, let's go.
Yeah.
I mean, depending on how it goes, are you open to orders?
Hey, let's just see how it goes. But if it comes out looking like an A-frame, we can put a picture on the Instagram page.
Ah, yes.
Most importantly, I've planned my colour scheme, which is obviously the most important part of it.
Is it? Can you share the colour scheme or not yet?
It's going to be pink and blue.
Love that.
Very good.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that'll make all the difference. If I got the colours wrong, we'd never nail it.
So by the next episode, you should have a fully functional A-frame at home.
I should, yeah. Exciting.
Wow, that's exciting.
Yeah.
How about you, Lorna? What are you up to?
So back at Dog Squad tomorrow, so I'll be seeing you in Romilly tomorrow for another 4 runs down in Somerton, which will be nice. And then next Sunday we have our first grade 3 show down in Oakhampton, so that's KS training. So that will be fun. It'll be interesting to see how we get on with grade 3. So I'm looking forward to that. And then Easter weekend we're down at Curnow Show down in Cornwall, and that will be our first outdoor show of this season, which will be quite nice. Hopefully the ground has dried out a bit. We've had a bit of sun today, but we will see what happens over the next few weeks. As long as we don't have too much rain.
It hasn't it? Like
as long as we don't have too much more rain, I'm hoping it should be okay. But we'll see. What about you, Ben?
Well, so Dog Squad tomorrow. So that'll be an agility run with A-frame and dog walk, and an agility run with all the equipment, and a steeplechase run and a jumping run. And then early next month, I think like the Easter weekend, we've got a steeplechase event. That'll be the last one. We've done a few of them over the winter. That'll be the last one. And then our first kennel club adventure on the Saturday at Paul's Ability. So that'll be interesting. And then we've got a family trip to the Lake District, which will be nice. Bromley's going to love that. She loves rivers, mountains, adventures.
That'd be lovely.
And then towards the end of April, we are going to be at the Edge show, which is an A4A show over near Swindon, and we're going to be tackling a couple of agility courses, but also going for, there's a beginner's steeplechase competition, and they have heats, and then if you get through, you get to a grand final later in the year. So we're going to have a crack at that and see how we get on.
Awesome.
Nice.
So,
exciting. We've got a busy few weeks ahead then.
Busy few weeks, and we'll maybe do another episode when the dust settles on our Easter agility activities.
Yeah, after Easter we can do a little catch up. Yeah, after
Brilliant.
your first KC show.
Yes.
Yeah, we can do a bit of a
debrief
rundown
on that. Yeah.
A clinic,
Brilliant.
as we like to call them.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
We
nice
love
to catch up with you guys. And
Yeah, and you.
thanks for listening, and thanks to Martin again for sharing, his journey and about Crufts.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
we
thanks,
look
Martin.
forward
It was
to
great to hear.
hearing from you all again soon.